Netball show. We're here down at the courts today as we roll into semi-finals. Not ideal circumstances with weather, but it will make for a really interesting day.
We have cloud, we have rain in the background, but we've got sunshine because we've got Michaela Bolte.
And Hugh McLean. So how are you, Hugh?
I'm well, thanks, and well. I'm cold.
It is rather cold down here today, but
there's brass monkeys lining up all over the place outside welding shops. It's terrible.
But some super exciting games taking place soon. Actually, the first game's about to kick off, but as we said, not ideal circumstances with weather, but there has been some options thrown around if the weather does interfere. So hopefully that doesn't come into play and we get some full games out there.
The SFNL, as always, are wonderfully organised for these conditions and this weather. And look, the day is going to run smoothly. This we know.
Yes, so we're going to quickly look at our Division 1 games. So our first game is Dingley v Heatherton, so really exciting there for both clubs. Obviously last year both missed out on finals, but I think that might change pace this year. Well, actually will, because someone will be straight into the grand final.
Now, we do have to be nice to Dingley at the moment because they are up there listening to us. Look, Dingley have gone through this season undefeated, as we know. Heatherton, quite rightly, are the number one challengers to them at the moment. Look, I think if Dingley are going to drop a game, this is the one they're going to drop, but I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think they're going to drop a game, to be honest. I'm on Dingley here.
Yeah, and I'm going to tip Dingley as well. I just think they'll be too strong, but it'll make for a really interesting game. And as we said last week when they met, it was super tight, and I think Dingley got their really first big push of the year, so it made for some really strong, interesting netball.
Dingley basically obviously have won all the three meetings between the two clubs this year. There's only 4 goals in it on Saturday. Heatherton brought a level of pressure and intensity that Dingley haven't faced this season yet. If they bring that again, it's going to be a very good game, but the thing is, Dingley have got options to cover every situation. They are the side in the competition that has. So, look, I mean, time will tell, but as I say, I'm on Dingley here.
And it looks like we have someone potentially coming in for a little chat right now from Dingley, so super exciting.
Is that Chloe Sinclair I can see coming our way?
It sure is. One of the top defenders in the league, I think I would say. So Chloe, have a seat.
So we've cleared a bit of room on the famous bench for Chloe Sinclair. How are you, mate?
I'm good, thanks. How are you guys?
Yeah, we're well. You're well?
Yes, I'm well.
Good, we're well. So, you've been in this position before, obviously, in finals campaigns with Dingley and also at higher levels, VNL. Look, how are you looking forward to today?
I mean, I wish the weather was a little bit nicer, but honestly, I'm pretty excited. We didn't make VNL finals this season, or we just missed out on grand finals, so hoping this will be like a make up for it a little bit. And yeah, we're all a bit excited. Kind of want to get it done though, get out of this weather. So we want to get into it, we want to go home. But yeah, we're all firing to go, and it's been a really strong season for Dingley, so we just really want to put that into finals and yeah, have a really good game.
Okay, the side that you've got on court today, is the strongest side?
Yeah, I would say that I'm pretty sure we've got everybody back, so we should have our full strength, and hopefully that's enough to get us over like every other week. Hopefully, but you know, weather conditions always throw a different spanner into the works, so you know, you never know with this condition, but hopefully it'll be a good game. And yeah.
Now, Heatherton are the toughest side you face this year. What do you expect them to bring today? Anything you think you can think of that they're going to bring that you haven't seen yet?
Well, we played them last week, so it kind of feels like we're just doing that all over again. But I think that they will definitely throw some things out there that we aren't ready for, or maybe just won't expect. I guess we've played them 3 times now this season, so I think we might think that we've seen everything. But Heatherton always, yeah, they're always as well another spanner in the works, so you never know.
And to finish off, Chloe, because I've just seen your team go for warm-up, we know that Dingley have been working super hard, but has there been anything funny happen in the lead-up to finals?
Well, we've got our ball tonight, like our football netball ball. So it was fake tan Thursdays for once for us, and we're all a little bit tanner than usual, and we're kind of just wondering who's going to fall over today and completely ruin their tans. But that's pretty much it for finals. Everyone's hoping to stay as dry as possible and as scrape-free as possible.
Are you concerned, Chloe? Are you concerned about the risk of the fake tan running and getting in your eyes?
Yes, that is a proper fear, but I think that we've had enough experience. We've had a bit of a fake tan. We've been working up our fake tans today, so hopefully the rain will just wash them all off, and we'll all just be pale by the end of it, and hopefully no one slips over on any fake tan.
Well, I think I can say this officially now, Mac. Chloe Sinclair, goal defence in the Team of the Year. Congratulations, and good luck for today.
Thank you very much, guys. Thanks for having me.
All right, thank you, Chloe, for your time, and obviously she did very well with her whole team in the background watching there. So well done, Chloe, and all the best to Dingley, as well as Heatherton today. Our second game for Division 1 is Maudie Aleck v Oakley District. So premiers from last year in Maudie Aleck, and obviously a new club there in Oakley. Will make for a really, really interesting game.
Oakley v Maudie Aleck is the 1:25 kickoff, and so they get to be sensible. They haven't got out of bed yet, but once they do, they're going to find icicles forming on the ends of their noses. And look, it's going to be an interesting game, this one. Both sides, if they bring their best netball, are good enough to beat just about anyone. Both sides are thoroughly capable of throwing in an absolute stinker if they're not at their best. So this will be an interesting exercise to see who wants it more, I think.
Yeah, it will be a really interesting game, and obviously Maudie Aleck, hopefully they have a really strong lineup, as well as Oakley District. I think Oakley District's without Zali, if I'm correct, for today. So we wish her the best with her injury and recovery, but hopefully Oakley District can fill that hole in their midcourt.
Zali Mifsud, I'm led to believe 2 torn ankle ligaments, which is absolute heartbreak for her. So look, one of the really good people in the SFNL, and we wish her very well. I'm led to believe Bella Adele may also be out today, so that's a couple that they don't have. A little bit depleted Oakley. Maudie Aleck, on the other hand, are getting players back at just the right time. They nearly had a full squad out on the court last week, and it took them a little while to gel, Mac. Yeah. It took a little while for the passes to start sticking and people to be running where their teammates expected them to run, but they'll be a lot better for that run. And look, at the risk of being labelled biased, which I probably am, I'm going to tip Maudie Aleck today.
Yeah, interesting one here. I think Maudie Aleck might just come over their line. I think their finals experience is just really valuable in these circumstances, and I think they might be the better team in the wet conditions. But in terms of Division 1, some really exciting games happening there, and great to have the likes of Dingley and Heatherton having a really solid matchup at 12 o'clock, and followed by the 1:20 game with Maudie Aleck and Oakley District. And down in the courts, the weather seems to have subsided a little bit. It's a little bit, no rain coming down at the moment, but some really wet conditions, so it will make for an interesting start.
Yes, as we look over to the back of us, it's a much brighter shade of grey. But yes, it'll be interesting to see how we go. Now, Division 2, we have the Michaela Bolte coached Caulfield playing against Heatherton in the major semi-final. Now, Mac, it's my turn to interview you as guest. Oh, okay. So, confident?
Yeah, I think it will be an interesting game. I think Heatherton's a little bit unknown when we're versed, and they haven't had their full lineup. So, don't want to let anything out of the hat just yet, but I think it will be a really tight game, and I think conditions will come a big part in it.
Heatherton are going to bring a big physical presence to this game. That's the sort of side they have. That's the way they play. How is that going to affect your girls, especially given the weather might be a little bit inclement?
I think my girls have come a really long way, and just their ability to take the body has improved a lot, and I think we're a really strong unit. So I don't think we can be underestimated, but I also don't think Heatherton's skill and strength can be either. So it will make for a super interesting game, and yeah, who knows what's going to happen.
Okay, well look, let's assume a Caulfield win. And I apologise to anyone from Heatherton who may be listening, but let's assume a Caulfield win. Where is Caulfield winning this game? Where's the position of strength?
I think our position of strength is across the whole court. As I said, we're a really united bunch, and we've made that a really big focus of our season. So I think it's our whole court pressure that's going to, if we do win us the game. So yeah, but as I said, Heatherton have that whole court pressure as well. So it's just going to be I think it'll come down to the wire and be a really battle of the clock.
Okay, now let's look a little bit further afield. Murrumbina v Oakley District in the minor semi-final. How do you see that one panning out?
Yeah, interesting. I think Oakley District have struggled with numbers the last couple of weeks, so it'll be interesting to see their lineup. But Murrumbina is a really young side, really experienced young side, and will work all day at that win. So I think it's going to be tight again. I think Division 2 is where we see some of the closest games this year, and I think Murrumbina might just be a little bit too strong in my eyes.
Okay, so Caulfield v Murrumbina next week. Okay, now Division 3, Murrumbina again finished top of the tree there. They play South Yarra. St Kilda City play Doveton in the other final, in the elimination final. Now, I've got to say, I think St Kilda City are big dangers from third position in this game, in this division.
Yeah, and I think they are too. I think St Kilda City have been working really hard in their Div 3 team, and I think that across the whole board in Division 3, some really solid teams. So will make for an interesting viewing, and yeah, I know all teams are hungry for a win there. Division 4, we have Karen Patterson Lakes and East Brighton. So East Brighton have been really strong, but I think Karen Patterson Lakes might just have the little upper hand there. And Springvale Districts and Maudie Aleck. So interesting to see Maudie Aleck have a couple of players, a couple of teams in the mix.
Yeah, this is one of my favourite divisions in the whole competition this year. Karen Patterson Lakes, East Brighton absolutely set the world on fire from round one. Springvale and Maudie Aleck have really come hard at them in recent weeks, and Springvale beat CPL last week. Maudie Aleck beat East Brighton 2 or 3 weeks ago. This is not the foregone conclusion that it sort of looked a few weeks ago, this division.
Yeah.
I am going to go against you. I'm going to tip East Brighton to beat CPL. Almost a battle with the star shooters here, with Felicity Dawkins for East Brighton and Kimberly Harrison for CPL. But this will be, if you're going to watch any game as a neutral today, this is the one you want to watch. Springvale and Maudie Aleck again will be very close. Really wouldn't want to tip a winner there. Both are real chances of winning a preliminary final next week if they win through this week. Springvale a little too strong, but it wouldn't surprise me at all to see Maudie Aleck win.
Yeah. We're going to have to keep moving so we can catch the first siren of the 12 o'clock games. But in Division 5, we have the Mama Bears, Caulfield take on Doveton Eagles. I think I'm going to go with Caulfield here. They're just going to be a bit too strong. We have Lyndhurst and Aspendale Arrows in the second game there. So their ladder was super close in results, so it will make for some really interesting viewing as well.
Again, really good contest here. Can anyone stop the Mama Bears? I'm not so sure. I'm going to tip Lyndhurst in the other game. Lyndhurst coming into the game with very good form line. They've played brilliantly in the back half of the season after a slow start. Yeah, Lyndhurst for me.
Yeah. And looking at Division 6 now, so we have Heatherton and Murrumbina in the first game, which will be really interesting to see two powerhouse clubs going head-to-head there. In our second game, we have Parkdale Vultures v St Kilda City. So some clubs coming up with multiple teams in finals, which is super exciting for them, and also the league to see some strength coming through in clubs.
I'm going to go with the favourites in these two games. I'm going to go Heatherton over Murrumbina. I'm going to tip Parkdale over St Kilda City. They'll both be close games. I just think the favourites in these two games are just going to have a little bit too much strength for their opponents, but again, it's not going to surprise to see the opposite happen.
No, not at all. And as we said, there's not going to be any. They're all going to be close games today with some really quality sides taking the court. So Division 7, we have Hampton v South Yarra. Hampton have not dropped a game from my knowledge.
No.
So I'm going to go with Hampton here. I don't think they're going to start now. In our second game, we have Heatherton and Springvale Districts. So Springvale Districts really are rolling out with a lot of finals teams in there. So it's great to see.
I agree with you, Mac. I can't see Hampton being beaten. They're just a little bit too good for the competition here. South Yarra are a very good side, and I expect to see them play Hampton in the grand final, but I can't see them beating Hampton today. Heatherton and Springvale, toss a coin. Sky have been in the 4 all season. They got knocked out last week by Springvale going past them. Springvale got the momentum. They might just get this one.
Yeah, it will make for some interesting viewing, that's for sure. Division 8 now, so we have Dingley v South Yarra, so Dingley having multiple teams in finals, and Cheltenham v Dandenong. So a really close division here, and a really solid top 4. I don't think I could predict what the results are going to be here. I think it will come down to how these teams play in the conditions. But as we said, in our divisions that are lower down, really some solid quality netball going on.
I'll tip Dingley to beat South Yarra. Mel Aids will come for me with a pair of scissors if I don't. Cheltenham have had the form all season to suggest that they might be too good for Dandenong. Again, as you say, Matt, there'll be close games, but in the close games, it's the quality that normally wins out. So I think Dingley and Cheltenham are my 2 winners there.
Yeah, and we just hear another siren going on in the background, just showing how close the games really are down at the courts. Our Division 9, we have Hampton and Hampton Park in our first game. So Hampton being really strong again and not dropping a game. So Hampton can't be underestimated, that's for sure. And Murrumbina v Parkdale Vultures. So Murrumbina popping up quite a bit in the divisions for finals, which is really promising for them to see. But yeah, I think I'm going to go with Hampton and Murrumbina in these 2 games.
Hampton Park in an upset in the major semi-final for me. They've been building towards this, Hampton Park. Hampton, very good side, as Matt, you said, can't be underestimated. But as I say, I just think Hampton Park have set themselves for this, and they might just get over the line here. Murrumbina v Parkdale Vultures. Parkdale, both their sides in the finals in their first year in the SFNL, so well done today. I think this might be the end for them for their Division 9 side though. Murrumbina, good side, and I think we'll just be a little bit too good in this one.
Yeah, that's for sure. But well done to those teams making finals. In Division 10, we have Oakley District v Clayton. Been a bit of a topic of the week on the GameFace page, and some really interesting votes going on there. And will make for a really solid game. They both have the same amount of wins for the season, so I don't think you could split this one at all. And our next one is Hampton v Hampton Park again. So another same lineup there, which will be really interesting, and Hampton just being a little bit stronger throughout the rounds with a few more wins. But Division 10, I think one of our closest divisions of the league, and especially in our top 2 of Oakley District and Clayton.
Oakley v Clayton, toss a coin. That's the only way you can separate them. Toss a coin. They've swapped positions week after week in the top few sides. Oakley were second and Clayton were first before round 15. They've swapped it around. I'll go with this. I'll go with the swapping again. I'll say Clayton. Don't know why. I just will. Hampton, a little bit too strong for Hampton Park in the other one. Hampton Park have done a fine job in getting to finals, but I think it might be a bridge too far for them today, and I'll go Hampton.
Yeah, and as we pull up really close to the start of the first siren for the Division 1 final, and many other games for that matter, we'll leave you to it and let you get your pole position next to the court that you're watching. And as always, best of luck to the girls that are playing and all the clubs that are involved in finals, and we wish you all the best for today and the weeks to come.
Thank God this is over. I need a coffee. I tell you, it is absolutely Arctic here. What do they say? Temperature this number of degrees feels like this X number. Temperature 5 degrees feels like Siberia. It is shocking.
It is rather chilly down here, so make sure if you're coming down you're putting on many layers. But as always, best of luck to the girls today, and make sure you're supporting all of the clubs in finals, and enjoy the day.
Mel.
No!
Mac.
Had my name changed.
Mac, Martin, whoever you are, don't forget, get your game face on.